Okay, ready? It is 6 p.m. I'm going to call this Village of Black Earth Village Board meeting to order on Wednesday, January 10th at 6. Roll call, please.
All right. Terry Moyer.
Here.
James Coyle.
Here.
Scott Patchin.
Here.
Pam Louis-Reindl.
Here.
Sarah Morrow.
Here.
Tyler Munson. And Mitch Hodson.
Here.
Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Proof of posting, a copy of the notice was delivered to the following on January 9th, email to the Star News, Lake Ridge Bank, Black Earth, posted at the Black Earth Municipal Building, Black Earth Post Office, and the Black Earth webpage. Public comment? No public. Just a note for meeting for Scott is going to be leaving at 6:30 to attend, or 6:25 to attend a Vanguard meeting. So you'll see him peel off. Discussion, action, approval of meeting minutes from December 5th.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 6, discussion, action, bartender license application for Carmen Aid. I believe we should have now in front, the application and her certificate for the class that she took and passed today, but it's in here. Give you a minute to look at that.
I just sent it to you, Mitch.
Huh?
I just sent it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Would entertain a motion.
I don't have anything in my packet, but.
Oh. Is it in your mailbox? Scott, I bet it was in your mailbox.
No, that's all right. I'll just leave that this here.
I'll make a motion to approve the, license for Carmen Aid.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I will abstain.
Yes, please note one abstain and one abstention from Sarah Morrow. Okay. Number 7, discussion action of the electric rate case proposal by Ehlers, that was in your packet.
So from the last rate case, there was a requirement for us to go in for an electric rate case this year. So, I got a quote from Ehlers, our municipal advisor. They do a lot very commendable, so, trying to do a different one than we used last time. Wasn't this, so, reached out to Ehlers, Brian, provide the quote.
And this is what we already talked about, right? We had already said we were gonna do the rate case this year.
Yeah.
Ehlers did it, not this last time, but the time before, right?
I was here.
I think so.
Yeah. And I think it's good to have a different vendor for not 2 in a row.
Well, with that, I mean, obviously, they do that with, among other things, but we should also, I think, before we get it in, we need to review our electrical for this last year through what's his name?
So that's part of the,
Yeah.
part of the,
Part of what they do here.
part of the quote is to do financial forecasting.
This is for the board, and it's already on a level, we've already done it, so.
Oh,
I would like to know the condition right now of our electric utilities from an independent source like we did last time, where we learned a lot.
Okay.
It's worth, whatever, $1,200 or whatever we spend, so.
Are you saying that in addition to this rate study?
I think we need to do that before, right now. I think we should have done it, like, now, the beginning of the year. Well, we should have done it at the end of the year. We talked about it earlier. We just didn't do it.
Was it the same guy?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make the motion.
I thought we did do that, make them, okay.
I make a motion, we go ahead and, have an independent review of our electric utility, from the same person that did it last year.
Before we approve others.
For Ellers. Correct.
Before we approve Ellers, so bring Ellers
No,
back
it
next.
has nothing to do with approval. I think we just
Okay.
need to do it now, so.
Okay,
I second that.
Discussion. The reason I think that is, even though we were having a rate case done, he brought out aspects that we didn't think of and look at, like cash flow, which normally the rate cases don't look at cash flow and.
so it can complement what we find out in the rate.
In the quote too.
I understand that, but it's, like he said, they don't always look at that stuff, and he was pretty sharp at it, so.
So it'll be kind of two simultaneously, then, yeah, okay.
Okay, so you wanna do them both at the same time? You want Ellers?
I would like to do one right away, so we know the condition of our electric utilities going into the
I'm
rate
not
case.
disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that, but do you want Ellers to hold, do you want us to hold off on the rate case then?
I
Do
like
you want
the
them
same-
to run at the same time?
One will take like a month, Ellers is gonna take a lot longer than a month.
Okay, that's, okay,
Okay,
understood.
does everybody understand we'll do two, there's gonna be two actually motions tonight. One Mitch just brought up for the independent review, that'll be just for our kind of, criteria and review, and then we'll also go through and consider the proposal for Ellers.
How much are we willing to pay for the independent review?
Do you wanna put up,
Let's put 1,500 on it.
Not to exceed.
amend your motion to include?
I'll amend my motion to, put a limit of 1,500 on it.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll second.
okay. We have a motion on the table to do an independent review for a cost not to exceed 1,500. Any other discussion? Hearing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Now we'll consider the actual Ellers electric rate case proposal, and I believe their final quote totaled at $13,000. That's what we had, we budgeted for.
Isn't that what we budgeted?
This will be in
Should
the
that-
electric expense.
Should we have more than one bid on it?
Yeah. You know what we paid last year?
15.
Too much for what we got.
And that was with a different company? Yeah.
Yes, this one has more, so the long-range cash flow analysis, which wasn't done with the last one.
And PSC does not look at cash flow for their process, but it does help.
Did the
Who else
last one do
besides
the rate
Ellers?
implementation letter?
Is there quite a few that, besides Ellers?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
Oh,
So when you reached out to Ellers to do this, did you reach out to anybody else?
I just talked to them, they just didn't.
Right.
I mean, they are our financial people.
Yeah.
Maybe you are, they say, oh, they know us.
As long as they're, you know, in with Mesa, and we've got Vanguard in the past two thing, I think it's good to.
But without checking, how do we know the price is good?
Yeah, that's true.
Because we paid more last year, or the last time we did it, and it was a shittier job.
Are we sure we paid 15,000 last year? Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the, bid from Ellers to do the rate analysis.
For a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion to approve and a second. Any other discussion or questions? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Discussion, action, insurance bonding. That's come up a couple times, and I did have Danny reach out to our Bear Insurance agent, Sheila Bloom. She had indicated in an email, in regards to your question on bonds, please refer to the attached information which was included in your packet. I believe all of this was.
Yeah.
It explains when bonds are required, you do carry a crime policy with a limit of $100,000 currently. So, based on the, League of Municipalities' opinion, it's, you're either, bond or you have a dishonesty insurance or other appropriate insurance policy. We do have that policy. One question I have is the limit of $100,000 enough?
Not, according to
Based
the
on our
last.
last experience.
I think it should be $500,000.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we could go back and get a quote for what it would be to raise that limit up to 500,000.
Agreed. Should raise it. So really what we're saying is that we want Danny to be bonded, is that what you're?
Well, I think she
Anybody
should
that
be
handles
bonded.
cash.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Well, right, that's, yes.
With the dishonesty policy, it covers
Yeah,
that.
it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can talk to her about
Yeah.
increasing the five.
Well, yeah, why don't you get a bid for 250 and up to 5?
And put it on next month's agenda.
Yeah,
No.
just to keep this moving. I just wanna make sure we're covered, and that just seemed
Low.
like a low amount based on previous experience.
And all three employees?
For the whole village.
It would be it's a blanket policy for anybody, yeah.
And so then if you do individual bonding, then they each have to have their own
Well, that's why I was
policy as
wondering if it
well.
was.
Right. Rough to do, because, you know, it's pretty extensive background check and law.
And I like to cover the village as a whole. I like
Yeah.
that it's under the umbrella of insurance.
Yeah.
Then it's another eye check too. So, is that okay? There's no action to be taken tonight. We're just gonna continue this.
Right.
And we'll come back with a couple, a little more information in February. And that's just for staff. Board members aren't required to carry it because we don't handle cash specifically.
What did you find different between this one and this one?
Just
Okay.
added stuff for the new ones.
No.
9, municipal, okay, discussion, action, municipal building keys. That's, I
No,
put
no.
that on there.
Sorry,
Oh, no, that's all right. Are you
we were having a talk. There's help.
about the municipal building keys. I talked to Mitch, at some point, a previous trustee did not return a key, is that correct? So it was rekeyed.
Mary did not return a key.
So, board members should have the key to the front door to get in the hallway, and then the back door to get to the mailbox, correct?
Yep.
So everybody's key should fit those two.
Right.
Is that the same key, or there's different keys?
Same key.
Okay,
Same
so I was
key.
gonna say,
So as long as you can get into both.
And there is a
I think
stack
it
of
does
those
look-
keys in the drawer.
I don't have one.
I know, they've never been issued, but we should do that.
That's what we wanted to make sure who had what keys.
So your
So,
key doesn't work for those?
I don't have one. I turned my key in.
I
when
turned
left the
my
board
key
the
over to
first time.
Terry and I don't have one.
I gave it, when I left the board the first time, I handed that key in, and I just never got one this time. We talked about it, but I was like,
And I don't think that your key didn't work, right?
We got that.
Okay.
you got that straightened
What
out?
about you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
You're good?
I have one, but I've
never
used it, to be honest,
Okay.
so I don't know if it works.
So you need
I
a key
tested
and you need a key.
Yep.
Okay, so just make note of that. I got Mitch's keys and mine work fine.
Yep.
So,
Yours works every door.
yeah. And then we don't have keys to that, and of course, we wouldn't to the Dane County, because that's all under
Yeah.
contract with them, so we don't.
Does it work on the basement door then too?
Yes, it does.
It does.
It used to, that's.
So that, I just want to make sure we were all on the same, and I'll check with Tyler to make sure he has what he needs as far as keys, but, so from that follow-up, it's just Mitch and Pam need to be issued a key. Okay,
Like, why do you want-
thanks, sorry for all that housekeeping, but. Okay, number 10, discussion action invoices to be paid.
Okay, there, no, back to you.
Okay.
She just added a few in between, like the Sonic's gas.
Okay, nothing that you wanted to question.
Aesthetics, we probably won't see that anymore, really. They're gone, aren't they? They're not yet?
So we have a Cemex suite card through Voyager, so we could utilize it at all three gas stations.
Oh, okay.
Quick Trip has come to us with potential different cards, so.
Well, I would say that if we can switch off Cenex, let's do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go away from Cenex. They left us,
There's a ways to go.
I know it sounds snotty,
Yeah,
but why the hell?
I agree with you
I'm
100%.
I'd rather give it to Quick Trip or BP or, you know.
I'm with you there, Pam.
Actually, the municipal court stuff, does that all get paid by somebody else? Or do we actually pay all the bills for that?
It gets paid out of this, like normal bills.
Are you asking for all for Mazo and Black Earth, or just Black Earth?
Oh,
No, I know it gets split,
But
but
they-
I'm just wondering does the money come back somehow?
Goes back to the general fund.
When those,
When the
when the
bills
people
are
pay
paid, it
their,
goes to the general fund.
yeah, when the
tickets are
tickets
paid.
are paid, it goes into general, and then it comes out of
But-
general.
The lawyer fees too, do they have to pay those? And that gets
Where are
reimbursed for
you?
bills?
There's court fees tacked onto citations.
Yes.
But is it enough to carry or cover our municipal court costs?
I thought when we looked at budget, it was kind of a
It's kind of a wash.
Yeah.
wash, but we didn't know if it was, it's close to a wash.
You can't add it onto the ticket, it's not legal, so.
So why is there lawyer fees on there?
Because
Where are you at?
he's our prosecutor for our courts.
Yeah.
Hit one towards the bottom.
He's our prosecutor for our courts.
I understand who that is. I just didn't know where it was at and what.
Oh, okay.
The 449.20, that's not standard though, is it?
Hourly.
So there must have been a question. or
Well, it seems
something.
like every month there's something.
Well, there is something because,
Court once a
He's-
month.
Yeah, he's court once a month, and he's prosecutor,
gonna have
so,
some time.
yeah.
okay, yeah. It is almost a wash. When we checked it during budget time, it is almost a wash. And we get more if we have our own court than if we were to send them to Dane County.
Not true. The tickets they write, municipal tickets all come back to Black Earth.
I
No, they don't.
thought we had discussed though,
Only a
keeping
little
the
bit of
courts in the village allows us to have a little bit more.
If it's written as a municipal citation, the county gets no dollars out of it, it comes back to Black Earth.
I'm just
Unless
talking
they go,
about,
unless they were go to
That's
court
right.
in Dane County, because if they go to Dane County court, then they charge.
There is no Dane County court if it's a municipal ticket. If they write it as a county citation, then it goes to Dane County, we get nothing, or very little.
Okay, so if we got rid of the Dane County, or if we got rid of our court,
We get nothing,
thank you,
yes.
and it would cost nothing, but we discussed keeping it for
because it's easier.
Other
Well, your citations are no good then. They'll only cite what a county citation is. If you can't enforce your citations
Then they
with a
won't
court,
let
you might as well not have any ordinances, right? So,
So I'll make a motion to approve the invoices as presented.
Oh,
I second.
you second. I got Sarah seconded.
Okay.
Well, I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion, questions?
The Madison Area Technical College, is that just wrote up, and that's what we receive from taxes from people, and then we just send check in?
Yep, so the county, Heights and MATC are all in there from the tax bill.
Thanks, Scott.
By the way, I'm up next on Vanguard, that's where I'm headed.
Yep, so the update is he's heading to a meeting.
There isn't one, because it's right now.
Thank you for doing that.
I'll report back
I think we still
as
need
to
to
how
vote.
it went.
Yeah, oh, yeah, do that. Tell me that, okay.
Got it.
We have a motion on the floor to approve invoices. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now we're into the reports, which is the Vanguard Commission, which is where Scott's going right now.
We'll skip the first two.
And
Yeah.
I did not hear from Sean,
We heard from Sean the other night.
yeah, but, I mean, he didn't respond for the, tonight.
Of course, not, because now we're going to go.
You didn't hear anything from him, you wouldn't have heard him today, you've been in the truck all day.
Yeah, nothing different than.
Nothing the other night.
And Fire District, I can report, we meet on tomorrow night. So we haven't met since our last meeting in November. We're on ticket for tomorrow night. Clerk, treasurer, Danny.
Oh, so for January, we're halfway through taxes, coming up for January, W-2s, 1099s, finishing up taxes. February settlement will be the first Monday of February. Been in class all day for the UW Green Bay Master Academy for Civic and Public Affairs. Lots of training with, council or board onboarding. We're discussing AI, more training stuff for clerk certification. So it was all day today, tomorrow, and most of the day on Friday. Starting audit stuff, getting requests in with, Brian, our auditor, not Ellis Brian, everyone's Brian. Everyone's Brian. Matt alluded to, we've been talking about gas cards, have some meetings on that, of, finding one with a good discount and one that makes sense.
Yeah, some of it is a little more complicated than just pitching one because they left us. So Premier Co-op is who left, not Senex. The reason we had the Senex card is because it did work at all three gas stations, so we did options. BP has a card, but they charge a monthly fee.
That's a BP
But we
card.
like to go to BP because we can get off-road diesel, which is typically 50 cents cheaper.
But the Senex works at BP, right?
Yeah, but then Quick Trip had to come to us.
Does Senex work at Quick Trip?
It's worked at all three of them. So it wasn't specifically Premier Co-op, it was Senex. But like I said, Senex, or Quick Trip has come to us and kind of given us some options, so we're researching that to see.
Thank you for calling out my snottiness. Because if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be you, Mancal.
Sure.
No comment.
Sorry, Danny.
Don't give him a door to
For the My Viewpoint software, it's scheduled in February. I don't have a hard date yet, they're getting back to me,
What's that?
the civic software.
Oh,
My
the
Viewpoint.
Civic, okay.
Is that what we'll be
My
able to
View?
use then?
Yes.
My View?
My Viewpoint, yes.
And-
Scheduled in February.
So Civic is coming out, they're sending a rep out, or
No, it'll be done.
it'll be done?
Yes.
Okay,
Through, or whatever.
okay.
That. No election in February here, so no primary, so we'll just have the April 4th election. Danny is starting January 24th, so Wednesday, in a couple weeks. We're real excited for that, so prepping, training schedule, instructions written out, all that kind of stuff that you gotta do, and I have to have it written down to train. And there, dog tags are ready in the clerk's office for dog licensing. They're due by March 31st. After April 1st, there's a late fee attached for dogs and cats. And then, just wrapped up insurance renewal they just sent over the final approval.
Awesome.
Question.
Time in May.
Dean, Iowa, James, you're up.
We met on December 21st. We had 52 loads of biosolids go out. The farmers taking and spread it in the field.
Is that 52, I'm sorry?
52 loads, yeah. Marina's looking at their pump. There was no discharge violations, all bills were paid. We did put an offer for Travis Mitchell hire.
For your new, for the,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a photographer.
Okay.
yeah,
he would be the new under the.
just the, yeah.
Yeah.
The regular guy. I'll have more information on that next month.
Did he accept?
I don't know, that's
Oh,
why.
I got you.
Yeah, I'll know next month when he starts and what's going on. Next meeting is January 18th.
January when?
18th. Third Thursday of every month. Starts at 6:30.
economic development, I don't believe,
Damn.
We have not since the last one. We have one coming. We're working, okay, so we missed, the last one we had one in December.
We had one.
Yep.
We did have one in December. I might have missed that on my yellow sheet. Give me a second. We did, Monday, the 18th of December, we did have one. We, again, we're still working towards creating our goals. We did, decide to develop a subcommittee to work on what's most important for, like, trail information, right?
And location.
And location, right, because we already know where it's coming in the park, the lower park, so now we have to figure out a way to get it, and what would be the best central location so we could possibly build a visitor center. Okay, so that's, the subcommittee is gonna work on that. We tried to get, we wanna hook up with, what's the name of them?
Gateway to the district.
Gateway. We're trying to hook up to Gateway so we can get a little more cohesive on what they're doing, what we're doing. And that is a work in progress. Because we were gonna meet, and then it was Martin Luther King Day, and so we couldn't do it. But we don't have one set. I don't have it in my calendar, but I thought we did.
We did. I thought it was,
Oh, yeah, we do. I'm sorry, January 22nd.
yeah, okay.
We are meeting, Monday, January 22nd. I also will have, EMT training. So if it goes past, I might have to cut early and let Mitch run the rest of it.
Move it to a different time?
Not right now, because this one was a struggle to get, so let's do this one. Mitch can finish out whatever I don't do, and then he'll go from there knowing that I'm Mondays and Thursdays for March, or for January, February, and March. I'm tied up. And so then that's it, our next meeting is January 22nd. Thank you.
all right. Thank you, Pam. Emergency management, I believe we're gonna meet next
Tuesday.
16.
16th.
16th.
Yes, at 5:30. Supposed to be yesterday.
Okay. Thank you. EMS.
EMS, it is an ongoing to hire a director. So since the last board meeting, which just approved the budget and, anyway, Mitch is the next meeting is tomorrow night, and Mitch is going to go sit for me, otherwise I have nothing else to report. It's an ongoing, they're looking for a director.
Okay. Library board.
So. Tyler's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Gateway to the drip list, no updates. Thank you. Thanks.
Library, I'll do a combined report. I also have Bailey's notes, and I was not at the last meeting, so I will heavily rely on Bailey's notes. Library board last met on December 19th. Timeline for the fundraising feasibility study was discussed, and there's a kickoff meeting on January 23rd. I know that's open to a limited amount of public to kind of start to talk about that fundraising, but it'll be a small group. Library board approved wording for the National Library Week proclamation. There's an adult winter reading challenge going on right now. The library started a Spice of the Month club. Bailey has been working with local pharmacies and healthcare providers to get the word about the blood pressure monitoring kits that they started last year. So there's some informational pamphlets and stuff at the Mount Horeb Pharmacy, Cross Plains Pharmacy, and the Mesomening Clinic has been contacted to get that.
What is that?
That's you can check out a blood pressure monitoring kit. We actually approved it
Really, from the library?
from the library
That's
last
awesome.
year.
We need
Yeah.
to put that on, in the newsletter, because there are so many people that need to go for a month.
And
While
I
they
think
adjust their
that's what
medication.
the rental, or the,
So if we can up there with a good
I
newsletter.
think
I
Bailey
know.
will probably put it in her newsletter too.
it's not new. So the communication from the library, I feel like was last year probably,
Yeah,
fairly
so
early
it's
on.
gonna be
It would be-
because, yeah.
Can they get a pulse box too?
It's not a bad idea.
You know, maybe.
That might be in the kit, I don't know.
Actually, I'll give you one, put in the, I'll go give them one to put in the kit.
That's not a bad
That's a
idea.
neat, yeah, man.
Newsletters started, subscribers have been increasing. And then upcoming programs, winter early literacy, Tuesdays in January. The Unbook Club is January 13th. Adult Craft Night Cozy Coloring is the 18th. Crafternoon, Perler Beads is the 22nd. Teen Advisory Board, the 22nd. Trivia Night Fundraiser, February 3rd. And the next formal library meeting is January 16th at 7. Thank you.
Checked off two of us, library and library director report, thank you very much. Public Works, I believe Mr. Call, if he's,
Yeah, we met Monday, January eighth. Sean gave some updates on some stuff that they were working on. Transformers been put in, been tested on site. Was good there. I have, as far as well updates, some of the stuff's back in place, so that's still work in progress with the well. Talked about some grants for parcels in town. There was discussion of stormwater projects over by the RIP subdivision for retention ponds, waterways, basically just maintenance is all that was about. Town Country was present. There was some funding that we applied for that we did not receive this year. There was a lot of applicants. Will be something we'll obviously put in for next year again as well. In that was also discussion of capital projects. Did not have an updated list, but that was included tonight in the packet.
thank you very much.
They're continuing to work on those 5 streets that were designated. A little bit of discussion about GIS. So for our mapping stuff, doing some work with that, renting equipment from Town Country to help with that mapping, having them add on portals basically so that we could do some of our inventory stuff for the services going to properties and residents and such. Some training approved. I am going to go to training in February for doing inspections when we start doing like street projects and that, so that'll kind of tie in that I can be doing those. Tony's gonna go in March to a conference, Wisconsin Rural Water Conference, and went to that a few years ago, so it was a good thing. Town Country goes to that every year as well as part of one of the presenters and such like that. And Luke's gonna be doing his groundwater test that will be getting scheduled, and we're looking for safety training as well to take place. As far as my report stuff, fall equipment was winterized. We did get the ice rink up. It was kind of one of those, should we do it, should we not do it? We tried it. Weather's obviously going to get cold here in the next week or so, so we'll try to do maintenance on that as we can. Meter readings next week, so there probably won't be any time we'll be free to do anything with that. Plowing, obviously we've been out pretty heavy with that. To my knowledge, there wasn't any issues, phone calls, complaints, stuff like that. Stuff was obviously very heavy. One of the trucks does have an issue with emissions, so I think we'll get that scheduled for tomorrow. To get that looked at. 2 trucks are due for tires. I had that scheduled this week. That's probably going to get pushed back now. And the touch screen for that sewer
Just gonna ask you,
Mitch has done a lot of research on that, trying to figure out a more cost-effective alternative. Kind of came up with nothing, unfortunately, so the screen I did have to order ended up being over $10,000. So it's kind of...
screen's obsolete.
Yeah.
There's newer screens you can do, but you need micrologic to do it, not compact.
Yep, so it was just kind of one of those things where I had to pull a pin, just get it. There's no way to get into that system right now to do any sort of changes or monitoring or anything, so. Next meeting, we were talking about February fifth, but did that get changed?
It did get changed, it's gonna be February 19th, you're going back to your
Okay.
third Monday. I just talked to Scott tonight,
Is there a time for that?
5:30,
Wait a minute,
I think,
February what?
19th. There was discussion at the
Not the
meeting-
fifth.
Not the 5th. Because that, having it the first Monday when it's the night before a board is hard in case there's anything that needs to come back. So we need to, and it was harder for Town and Country. I'm pointing to you because that's where you were sitting that night, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, Town and Country has a lot of.
It's not harder for Mitch, let's make it that on the record. It was harder for Town and Country, the Monday nights were hard, or that first week of the month. So, we'll go back to their third Monday night, their third Monday of the month. All right, thank you. Parks Committee, Mitch.
We have not had a meeting since the last meeting. We will be scheduling one soon to get back on the cameras, things like that, some tie-up stuff.
Okay. Police Committee.
We have not met. I know we have a meeting scheduled, or we did, and I can't find it either, so,
This was thrown out for like January.
okay, so maybe we should talk about getting something on the schedule. I know we talked about moving it to, quarterly versus every other month.
Do we have any updates on, are the police not gonna be, are they gonna be pulling them more,
Yeah.
or
You,
what's our
yeah.
schedule gonna be like?
No, we're still working with Dane County. Carrie Roberts is getting me that wrapped up with some new numbers about how we do, what we would do and how we would share. So I reached out to him, and they are still working on a proposal that they're gonna get back to me, so I'm still working on that.
Have we
Carson
talked,
has been, sharing, kind of going back and forth, for coverage for just a couple of days.
because is that because Gonzalez is hurt?
I'm sorry,
Gonzalez got hurt, is he covering his shift?
yeah, well, just
And is
portions
he
of the
better?
day, which he would be on county time
Right.
for that, so.
has there been any other talks about meeting with Mazo yet?
Gary and I are in touch about that, yeah. So the
How about the
plan,
boards though, I mean.
yeah, that's the plan, but we're waiting for the county to come back with some numbers on what it would look like for both villages. So then we'll meet and then we'll get the boards together. So that is still on for a spring, first quarter session. Okay?
I also wanted to mention, I forgot to, I put payroll calendars in your mailboxes too, so if you get me your sheets, like you'll know when you'll be paid for them.
Perfect.
Okay, so there's one thing I need to, like, clarify here. Because I thought it was like by quarter, so quarter, first, second, third, fourth quarter, so you don't turn in December till January, you don't turn in first quarter till April, that kind of thing,
You'll probably
right?
have to turn that one in for December because you already got paid for it.
Well, I didn't turn mine in until just now, because it's
Oh.
January and we were recovering through the end of December. That's not a problem for you, right?
So it was quarterly before, just for the administrative side of not also randomly, but now that you kind of have like a timesheet with it, it's easy enough to process, so just put it in. So if you want to get paid after,
And you don't care if I do it quarterly, because really, you're asking a lot for me.
that's fine.
I'd
Whatever is
prefer
good for
quarterly
you.
also.
Yeah.
It's kind of easier
So
to
much easier.
mess with every,
Yeah.
But I just, so you have that, so if you turn it in on a day expecting
Oh,
after, just so it's like.
because we make our millions right here, yeah, I get it.
Just for awareness, for data.
Yeah, thank you.
But however you want to process it is fine with me.
Okay. That completes committee reports. We are going to, I would entertain a motion to move into closed session.
I'll make a motion, we go into closed session pursuant Wisconsin statutes 19.85, parent 1, parent E, deliberating and negotiating purchasing of public properties, investment of public funds, conducting other specified public business, whenever ever competitive and bargaining reasons require closed session. Cell tower lease.
I'll second. Is that you, Tim?
Yeah.
A roll call vote, please.
We have Terry Moyer.
Here.
Go get some sleep.
Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Matt. Terry Moyer,
Here.
Jason Coyle,
Here.
Scott Patchin
Or yes.
is absent. Pam Louis-Reindl,
Yes.
Sarah Morrow,
Yes.
Tyler Munson is absent, and Mitch Hodson.
Yes.
Kind of get a year, and they're gonna change, I know there's gonna be things that come up, but the ones that we know about, if you see any change, let me know, and then I'll try to have a final for you in February, so you can keep it as a reference.
Is it taking the concerts in the park?
So I'm gonna
That
say
is
that
not yet.
the economic development, when we tried to put that together, holy shit. Nobody could do Thursday, nobody could do Wednesday, nobody could do Monday, nobody could, right? So we
And that was
settled
all
on,
at the meeting. That
we
was
settled on a
usually
Monday, we were gonna do Mondays, and then now I'm waffling, going, hey, I can do Mondays. But I only can't do Mondays for 3 months, right?
Because Peter can't do,
Cause Peter can't do Wednesdays because he has Gateway,
and
Yeah.
and Chamber can't do any of them.
And so like for emergency management, I saw that was meets quarterly on a Tuesday, so I just put those dates out there on a quarterly basis.
And actually, so I want to address the emergency management. We promised in 2018 after we flooded, I stood up in front of a lot of people
And said we'd meet monthly?
and said that we would update that emergency management plan.
Okay.
we had
Which
to
has-
update in 2019. I know, but
That was
It's not
good.
updated to 2024. So I'm thinking we need that meeting just to pull, even if we pull all the same verbiage, but we agree on it in 2024.
So you're meeting on the 16th then, right? So you can go through that, and then if there's more things
Yeah.
that are needed.
Well,
we'll
I'm not
put
on
them
that, I'm not on that anymore,
Okay.
right? But I'm gonna sit there because I wanna say, again, that,
in. And then if meetings change when you're in a meeting, just, if, you don't have to but just, if you think about it, send me a note, and I will keep this as current as we can.
I will just say, a note for, police committee is difficult because, Calvin is on a rotating schedule, so he can't meet on a set Tuesday, third Tuesday.
Yeah,
right?
they're always, to
They're
get them
always
both
rolling.
together is
Yeah.
impossible.
So even if we go forward, like if just, or I can email and just say we'd like 2 meeting dates going
Yeah.
forward. We
Or
understand your whole year.
if you say like the third week, any day in that third week,
Yeah.
if that works.
like the middle.
Because then that's how the EDC would run too.
Yeah.
Any day in that third week.
Well, they should be able to tell you, a year in advance, because their
Oh, yeah,
schedules are
he
year.
knows.
Yeah.
He knows,
I
but
was
it's
gonna say,
just
EDC,
between
no.
Mitch and his committee meetings and me and my committee meetings and other, it's like Monday or Tuesday, which doesn't always work in
Yeah.
the rotation.
So this is just a first attempt at trying to get a
Yeah, no, I think this is great.
a reference
Wonderful.
check, so that everybody kind of knows, like, if you go to January or February, where you can kind of see what's coming up for the month, and then it's for the office as well.
Well, and I like that, cause, I'm always like seamanry floating out in space.
I mean,
Do you think it'd be helpful for, I can send calendar, so I send calendar invites to committees, do you want the whole board, so everyone knows what meetings are going on?
I wouldn't be
If
opposed
you
to
have
receiving.
time,
yeah,
And
after the whole, like Danny's starting and you, right? Whoever's taking care of who's ever taking care of the committees, yes, I think they should say, this is
It's
the
never been
month,
that way, and I just.
this is the
Because
month, and here's your
we
board.
can always decline, accept, or do whatever according to our calendars. And
Yeah.
we know we're not on that committee, but it's nice just to know it, especially like, yeah.
Well, I think for scheduling purposes too, if you are meeting with a committee that someone's not there, for example, you can see kind of
Right,
what their.
and so it's
their
always,
commitments
but
are.
it's always fun to just sit in on a different meeting,
I mean, yeah.
right? I mean,
The
you
public works.
sit in on Public Works and, it's just to sit in and
Yeah.
hear what's going on.
Okay.
It's,
I'm not, never, ever again.
I think it'll be easier if
Yeah.
I can just send it to village board instead of,
Yeah.
okay, who's on this committee, who's
Yeah,
on it,
do that.
pick individually.
At least you get paid for it now, the library board.
They meet a lot.
They do mean a lot.
And they're long.
For other items,
Oh,
I
I
would,
want to pay for them.
Go ahead, Dave.
for the committee calendar.
You don't get paid that
quotes
much for them, no.
Dishonesty policy quotes, and then, emails for the contract.
And then for the closed session, what we discussed.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, guys, I think we're,
I just have one quick note too. I got another spam email that looked like it came from you, so just to be,
Oh, yeah, no,
It said
I get one from you.
from Terry Moyer. Do you have time to chat?
I got
It's
that,
not
I got
me.
that same one, I thought it was
Yeah,
Terry.
It's not you. No, it was not.
because it's Terry Moyer at XYZ, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
right,
blah, blah.
You don't wanna talk to me.
But
I don't wanna talk to
Always
him.
be careful.
If it was me, Pam, I'd be.
Actually, we,
do you
yeah.
have time to chat?
Okay, no other discussion, setting the next meeting is February sixth, we're back on our regular rotation.
That work out,
Does that work for everybody?
should first two.
That's first.
Why did we not, do it because it was too close to the holiday,
The day
right?
after the.
It was.
Somebody asked me today, why did they do it on a Wednesday?
Yeah, and it was,
6
tax
o'clock?
day, yeah.
Right?
6 o'clock,
And then it was also moved because emergency management was set for the night,
yeah.
that Tuesday,
Thank you.
and then probably would have been canceled with the weather anyway.
Okay,
Perfect. I make a motion to adjourn.
second. A motion and a second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm kind of perturbed. I put that whole, I'm running for village
Yeah.
board.